I play Mario Party way more than an average person ever should, which means I am more than qualified to rank every single minigame in Mario Party Superstars. Will you agree with my opinions? Disagree? I don't freaking know! I just love Mario Party to a completely healthy degree and would like to express this I just love Mario Party to a completely healthy degree and would like to express it through this video. Yeah, baby, I'm going insane. Mushroom Mix-Up. This minigame is a staple of the time. It is a classic, beloved, it's perfect. It is straight up a perfect minigame. Anything could happen, there's tons of possibilities to it. It's just a fun minigame. That's an S tier for sure for me. The Bombs Away is also S tier. It is also very freaking fun. Right off the bat, we got some of the heavy hitters. This game is already super duper fun. You know, what's more fun than trying to dodge giant cannonballs on a teetering little piece of land? Right off the bat, good minigames. Oh, Shy Guy says. It's tough. It's tough. You'd immediately assume, like, I'd go with an A tier or an S tier. I really do like this game. I don't know. It really tests reaction time a ton. Or AKA, it's basically running the meter against this bastard 24/7. I mean, again, it's a classic staple minigame. There's a reason why it survived for so long. It's just a freaking amazing minigame. Crazy Cutters is fun. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. I think it's definitely a fun minigame. Okay, definitely a solid big fan. Huge fan. Ever since I've started doing Mario Party 1 speedruns, I have been understanding how to do this minigame better, but it's just still okay. I'm not against it, but I'm not exactly excited to play it. The pure definition of an okay minigame in my opinion. I'm glad that it's multiple music notes now, but it still sucks in my opinion because of the depth perception. Wait for it. Okay, right there. Right there. Look at this. Look at this. Also, that is great thumbnail material. You know what? Tipsy Turvy, you gave me a good thumbnail. That's an alright tier. That is, you are okay tier. Bumper Balls! I love this minigame. I'm sorry. I love this freaking minigame. The scenarios it creates in real life, or just basically whenever you're playing with someone, it creates such a unique scenario of, do I truce or do I guide them into a false sense of security that just like smack my ball into their ball for the win? If you don't agree with Peak, that's on you guys for having poor taste. Bowser's Big Blast. Definitely a big fan. It'd be up here if this was actually pink. I'm just saying. I know everyone keeps telling me, Vernias, it's actually purple, not pink. Let me believe, okay? Castaways, I'm growing into it. I'm growing into it, honestly. Thanks to Mario Party 1 speedruns, I actually know how to play this game properly now. And you can get an insane amount of coins from this game. Like, it is legit the best coin game in terms of value, in terms of, like, changing the tide of the game. It's a little hard to control with the difficulty curve at the beginning, but once you learn how to play it, it's amazing. Look Away has gotta be a good one. It's gotta be a really funny one. And coordinating with people in real life or in a Discord call, it is so freaking funny to try and actually coordinate against the one here. And the one can just shadow box the crap out of someone. It's freaking fun. I like being the one in this game. It's a really fun challenge. I don't mind this game. I know Brent hates this minigame for some reason, but hey, it's a fine way to get coins. I don't despise it. I'm not looking forward to it. But if it's the only coin game listed in a round of minigames, like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. Give it to me. Sure. River Raiders. It's not great. It's just straight up not a great game. It's like most 1v3 games are skewed towards the 1 or the 3, usually suck anyways. But this one is just the player 1 laughing at the bottom, laughing at the peasants riding on the Koopa shells behind him. Like, haha, you can't afford the boat. You gotta ride on a Koopa shell and eat my wood and eats a pizza. It's funny. It's funny. It's alright in my opinion. I like the concept, but it's just straight up a mashing skill check. Unless you both have great mashing ability, you usually get it skewed depending on who's the better masher in the play in the group. Mashing, but you move the joystick sometimes. Like, that's essentially it. Hot Road Jump. It's again alright. It's alright. The variation behind it is just sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Whoa, and yeah, it is a skill check, but once you play it enough times, it's usually an easy kind of minigame. It's not that bad. The hardest thing about it is playing it online due to delay, and that's not even a lie, that's just straight up the truth. This one, again, is purely because of how funny it is to interact with the other players you're fighting against. You can completely screw over someone, or you can ensure your victory, like, without trying to screw someone else over. It's fun. It's a really fun game. I don't know what this game is, but no, I don't like this game at all, man. I hate this game. It's just, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan. I get why you have to move the lights so slow or else the one has no chance of the slightest, but it's just meh. Tread carefully. It has to be a really great game. I love in Superstars what game different variations and maps, and it's just a cool game in general. The controls aren't that bad once you get used to them, in my opinion. Like, they make sense. They're tank controls. And again, like the end game as well, with it usually being a standoff between two players, is always very funny. It's definitely a very fun game. Bumper Balloon Cars is an S tier in my opinion. It's absolutely an S tier. This mini game is so freaking funny. You can just gang up on someone like we got right here against Sophus. It's fun. It's just a fun mini game. Sneak and Snore. Meh. I'm not gonna say it's like bad, but it's just, nah, it's boring in my opinion. Okay, again, if you have a hard time with certain minigame in Superstars, play Mario Party 1 Minigame Island. I have a newfound appreciation for Slot Car Derby. Once you know how to let go of the analog stick to accelerate with at the right time while still maintaining all your speed, it's a really cool feeling. It's a really fun game once you get the hang of the controls. Roll call. I would say it is my least favorite counting Mario Party minigame. I know, very controversial, but I mean, guys, Nintendo, it's counting. Snowball Summits. It's definitely a fun minigame. It is funny how giant snowballs just one-shot you. That is insane. But it's balanced well of how you slow down the bigger your snowball is. That's cool. Ice Rink Risk. This is definitely a good one. Like, the ice physics aren't that annoying to play around. And even when it does get much harder with the third spiny shell coming into play, it's not that much to deal with considering how late into the game it spawns in. It's a good challenge, but in terms of fun factor, it's mid. Bounce and Trounce, fun minigame. Honestly, got one of my favorite new additions. Mario Party 3, cool. Maybe one day you'll actually go on to NSO. Maybe Nintendo will stop locking you up in the vault and let you go free. But until then, I'll play Bounce and Trounce in Superstars gladly. This minigame's amazing. Storm Chasers. I'm not crazy about it. It's like Line Leader Simulator. It's not crazy fun for me, honestly. It's okay. It's just an okay game. Oh, Mush Pit. Fun game. Funny game. Oh, what a combo! Oh my gosh, Eevee. It is certainly very fun to go on a power trip here and there. Cheep Chase? I think it's okay. Chip Shot Challenge, Homework Copying Simulator. It is very fun if you are the last player. It is very not fun if you're the first player, like I am. I just kind of wish they made it so less skewed for the line order here, because like legit, like person who goes last has the hugest advantage. They just like copy everyone else's shots. It's still a fun game, but it's just very imbalanced depending on the line order. Rockin' Raceway. Oh yeah, Rockin' Raceway. That's my favorite minigame. Like, why do you think whenever you watch any of our Mario Party videos, we skip or speed through this minigame at like 100 times speed? Like, whoa, I burned out? No way. Editor, montage segment. Play that like 4 times. Like add the MLG explosion sound effect. Yeah, it's so awesome. It's like, okay, it's just boring. It's just kind of boring. Oh boy, Screenshot Simulator. Oh boy, it's not bad. But no, actually, what am I saying? It is bad. It is actually bad. Like, if you see 2 players with the same setup, of course you're gonna copy them. And of course, as you'd expect, it's gonna be perfect every time. It's just no way someone would actively throw to mess with someone's placement. I mean, you could. Ooh, Trace Race? I gotta say, this is one of my favorite mini games of all time. It's just fun. You're just trying to trace on the race. She traced on my race. She raced on the train. Oh my God. So yeah, book score, I mean, you already know. One of the best, one of the greatest from the GameCube era. This game is just pure, unfiltered fun. I kind of wish it was laid out in a way so this way you also got faster a little bit. So this way it could kind of go into an endless mode kind of thing. Or like added like a separate mode to it where you could make it endless, so this way you just keep going and going, like turbo mode Mario Party, but it is still an amazing mini game. Paths of Peril, I think, is a fun game. It does take a lot of precision. I do kind of wish it wasn't just purely RNG, because you can play perfectly, but if you just pick left or right the wrong way, then you can just get the longer path and lose by default, even if you play perfectly. I still think the challenge of it is fun though. If it's one for that RNG aspect. This mini game has also grown on me a ton. Like, online delay aside, it is a really cool mini minigame. It is full of great challenge with how it mixes up the baseballs. When you land them all in a row, it is satisfying beyond belief. It's a great feeling. It's a great skill-based minigame. Leaf Leap is way too stressful, man. It is beyond insane when it comes to challenge, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm in my own head about it. Like, look at me fumble this so bad. Look at me fumble that so bad. I don't know if I'm on my own. I never look forward to Leaf Leap just purely because it stresses me the hell out. It always terrifies me. Pushy penguins. We all know where this one's going. We all absolutely know where this one's going. The Rich Get Richer Simulator. I think it's a fun game. It's not something I'm looking forward to per se, but it's not a bad minigame by any means. I think it's okay. Bill Blasters is fun. It is fun incarnate. What if we gave someone a rocket launcher, but then it made them spin uncontrollably? It's perfect. It's a perfect premise for a minigame. It's hard to aim and time it properly, but in a cool way, because you're constantly trying to factor in when they're going to try and shoot, and so when they're going to be open for an attack from a bullet bill. It's great. Freaking love this game. Nightlight Fright. It's definitely an okay minigame. It is not easy by any means. Maybe I'm still a little salty about the fact that losing the minigame cost me $500. I mean, the delay, I guess I can see it as a bit of a more skill-based thing to have, but still, I'm not a fan of any minigame that has delay built into it. I mean, Later Skater, Catch You Letter is neat. It's not a bad idea for a minigame. I don't know, the RNG factor to it is a little annoying in my opinion, because wow, I wanted to get the I got the leveler. You know, the RNG isn't that bad. Mailman Shy Guy does look very dapper though. Trapeze. You can't really tell what the hell a Goomba's gonna do. And plus, it could just straight up spawn right in front of you the moment you start the game too. Though it does feel very good when you win. Like, wow, I got the most Goombas. That's awesome. I'm leaning more towards it sucks, considering the fact that, again, if you just spawn with a golden Goomba right in front of your net, then damn. I love gameplay, guys. What Goes Up is a very, very good skill minigame. This is Leaf Leap if it didn't give me several heart attacks mid-game. It's fun. Snow World is fun. It's definitely a fun minigame. It is hard to master, like this guy clearly hasn't yet, but it's still very fun. Look at me go. Look at me go. Oh yeah, get it, Birdo. Yeah, get it, Birdo. Let's go. So, damn it. Okay, you don't have to see that. Monty's Revenge, I love this game. I genuinely love this game. There's, again, layers to it. There are so many layers to it. It's great in terms of challenge. It's great in terms of strategery, reactions against the Monty and other players. It's a great game. The Final Countdown is a game I'm always looking forward to. I'm personally not great at it, but the premise is fun. Don't fall off the number while also beating your opponents to death in the process. It's a very cool game. Poke Pummel is a mashing minigame. It is the mashing minigame of all time. Look at the happiness. Like, it's just still so happy. It's an alright mashing minigame. Look, I'm sorry, Sophus, but this game, it kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. It's just pure RNG, really. It's a mix of RNG versus homework copying simulator with how you can just wait for someone to go through the right door. Manner of escape, more like manner of cringe. Goomba spotting. Now, this is a counting game done right. You know, there is a way to make pressing the A button fun sometimes. You can't go back. You have to ensure you actually don't miss any Goombas or mix up anything for any other enemy on screen. It's a good challenge. I think it's actually a good counting minigame. At the end of the day, though, it's still a counting minigame, obviously, so I think it is still a-okay. Flash forward is fun. It's a funny game. Like, hey, yo, give me my... this is my photo shoot. I'm the main character. Let me in. Let me in. Rapid River Race is absolutely my favorite in terms of racing ones. You control the speed, you control the difficulty. It's definitely really hard on the 6th speed level, but it's a good challenge. It's a really good challenge. It's just pure, genuine fun for me. Facelift is a classic. It is a genuine classic of a minigame. In Mario Party 1, they looked kind of horrifying, honestly. It's like he's the dough in a pizza. You're sculpting the pizza that you're gonna use to eat the pizza with. Dark and Crispy. In terms of the Bowser games, we're finally getting to one of these. It's okay. I think it's always clearly obvious where Bowser is. Sometimes the speed-ups can be a little tricky to work around, and it can jump scare you a little bit, but it's not insanely challenging, in my opinion. Pit Boss is very, very scary. It's definitely a scary Bowser game. Like, the challenge here is a lot cooler. The stakes feel a lot higher with how much harder it is to play in general. I think it's definitely one of the better Bowser mini games in Superstars. Piranha Plant Pursuit. Oh, Oh boy, we're finally jumping into the 1v3 mini games. Wait, what? Evie, how did you? Evie, what is it? Evie, bruh. Just straight up, why would you bring this back, Nintendo? Stop it. Oh, Tug of War. The birth of my perfect rotation. Great game. Generally a freaking great game. It's a shame this is the only legit rotating minigame in Mario Party Superstars, but I love it. I really love this minigame. I think this game's fun. I think it is also very balanced. Sometimes you can just get completely screwed over by the two enemies in the center. Like, look at this. Like, look at Evie actually juking Nick right now. That's crazy.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, okay. You see, like, right there, the Goomba actually just blocked our victory right there. That sucks. But still a fun game. I think it's a great 1v3. Boulder Ball. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. As the 1, you feel like God. But as the 3, obviously, you feel like that. That is exactly what I feel. But it's still a good minigame for a challenge for both sides. I think it is a little skewed for the 1, but with good teamwork on the 3, it's definitely doable. Coconut Conk. I think it can be funny. It can be funny because you just like sell your own teammates for it. It's definitely hard for the 1, in my opinion. In my professional Mario Partying opinion, it is very hard for the 1. Not impossible, but still not great. Hide and Sneak. I think I enjoy this minigame a bit more than I should, purely because of the fact that Evie just straight up makes it way much easier than it should be. I mean, it's a lot more fun and chaotic compared to what it should be anyways. At the end of the day, it is just a pick a 50-50 most of the time at the end of the game. I think Goal's a fun game. There's a fair bit of skill for the 1 and for the 3. You have to coordinate 1 to shoot, and the 1 has to make sure, you know, he uses his movement properly. It's good. I always look forward to playing Squared Away. It's fun to both be the big hulking cube or the tiny little square. It is fun. It's a funny game. And it's a good challenge for both sides too. 1 or 3. Both have a great time playing this game. 2 Bit or Lose It is a great 1v3 minigame. It's just straight up a good minigame. But 3 could juke for 1. It could happen. For sure. Oh, yeah, I see, I got juked. I got so juked. I think it's definitely a fair minigame on both sides. Pogo a go-go. More like Pogo a go away. Oh, yeah, that was bad. But yeah, it's just the 3 win. It's just that's all it is. Tackle takedown. Fun minigame. Look at me. Look at me call his ass out. Look at that. Look at that. Outplayed. Oh my gosh. It's maybe a little hard for the 1, considering he has very, very little to work with. And the 3 could do so much more than the 1, but it's still cool. I love the concept. She skewer on my scurry. She scurried on my skewer. She scurried on my skewer. She skewer on my skewer. Bobsled. I think it's a fun game. You definitely need to coordinate with your teammate very well. It's an okay 2v2 minigame. It's nothing insanely insane. Like, I'm not actively thinking about 2v2 minigames like, whoa, bobsled run. I love bobsled run. I can't wait to bobsled. Now, Handcar Havoc. Now, this is a fun 2v2 minigame. Again, a good example of a mashing minigame where you can't just mash insanely or else you actually just lose completely. It's a cool way to balance things. This is the mashing minigame where you have to really think about how you mash. Dungeon Dash. It is okay. If you have good coordination with your teammate, awesome. Though, if you misstep once, it's probably a GG. That, or if you don't get the right timing up the steps, you'll probably get hit by the 2 obstacles, like the fire. Usually it's the fire that hits people, but yeah, it's okay. I'm not going crazy over Dungeon Dash. Speed Hockey. This minigame is so freaking funny. Most of the time, when you get a point, you don't even mean for it to happen. Like, look at that. Do you think Nick really tried to ricochet into his own goal like that? Absolutely not. It feels more RNG than actual skill, in my opinion, but it's still a fun game. It's, boring. Very boring. This is okay. It is scraping okay. Because there is a good challenge to how you time the grab whenever it gets really fast. I'll give it that. It's not the worst 2v2 game. Sky Pilots. I don't know. I do think it's a fun game, but I definitely don't really understand how to dodge the cannonball sometimes. Sometimes you just win, and I think it's pretty okay because of that. Etch and Catch. I like the fact that you coordinate with your teammate very well. Like, it does require you guys to properly draw circles and such. But it's definitely not something I look forward to per se. Picking Panic is kind of neat actually. The fact that you have to react to different angles that your opponent throws the cherries at, it's neat. You see, I'm not grasping at straws here to say anything about besides it's okay, because it is actually just okay. Dungeon Duos. Now this is how you do everything right. Platforming, mashing, teamwork, RNG. This is how you do it. They do this perfectly in this mini game. A perfect combination, in my opinion. This is the quintessential Mario Party mini game. First of all, good. It's a great game, actually. I actually really like this game now I think about it. It does require good teamwork to hold both sides of your board. It does require a lot of concentration and focus on every side. It's a very tight game. It's a fun jumping game. I like how you can have more maneuverability with how you can actually move around the circle. Obviously, when it's going that fast, there's no point in doing so, because you probably die just from moving without being able to jump in time, but it's still not a bad game by any means. Rocky Road is a fun game. You play one short mini game of punching a rock, like wait 10 seconds to do another mini game, and then wait even longer to do another mini game. The pacing's just too slow in my opinion. It's like taking me out of the action a little too late. Misbehaving, but the concept is definitely fun for sure. It does require proper management of all the Goombas, which I enjoy. I do like how you can actually hit your opponent on the opposite sides of each other if you get a good shot on, like right there, like on both sides too. That's good. Like, again, a great 2v2 game. TikTok Hop. Definitely a very hard mini game, but also very skewed because quite clearly the person in the center is gonna have a lot less of an easy time reacting to the jump. But it's not a bad mini game in my opinion, even though it's a little more skewed for the person on the outer end of the clock hand. It's still fun, but because of that imbalance for the person in the center of the clock hand, I gotta give it just an okay. Vine with me. I think it's a good duel game. It does require good precision, but the thing that gets me with this game is the photo finisher, because you can both do perfectly, but this photo finish right here, look at how close that is. So I kind of just wish there were more moments like that where it was climactic instead of just building up to it. Motor Rotor though, now this is a dual mini game requiring great reaction time, requiring you to actually land on the boost pads. It's cool. It's a cool mini game. Say it with me now, everybody. Mass Meteor, more like Ass Meteor. What's more ass than that minigame that was this one? It's just, why would you put this game in the game? Why would you do this to yourself? Absolutely not. Parasol Plummet. Honestly, my favorite coin game next to Castaways. I think it's fun. It's definitely a little skewed for the people who are in the left and right sides. I just feel like there's gonna be more for this minigame because it's not a bad game. I think it's fun, but it's definitely way too skewed for people who just hug the sides. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad. Yeah, what am I saying? It's bad. Now, Quicksand Cash, that's a good coin minigame. Now, this one's fun. Everyone has a chance to benefit. Everyone has a fair shot of the coins. The one controls things in a really fun way that isn't too challenging or unforgiving on both sides. It's just a genuine good coin minigame. Money Belts. It's okay. Puddle Paddle. Definitely a more challenging coin game. Yeah, there's a lot of factors that make it a lot challenging. Considering you have to both control at the same time, you both have to pedal, you both have to react to the hammer bro throwing things, you have to get there in time. There's a good deal of depth in that one. Cashapult's fun. It's a free 20 coins for everybody. It's good. It's good. No complaints. Winner or Dinner is also a fairly alright coin game. There's a good amount of challenge with having to maneuver around both your opponents and the obstacles. And getting hit by Piranha Plant is deadly, but also what's even more deadly is the giant tornado. Beach Volley is a good game. This game somehow did volleyball better than Nintendo Switch Sports ever has, which is insane to me, but yeah, it's fun. I remember really enjoying this game of ice hockey we played. It was my first time playing it too. Basically all your basic ice hockey related mechanics, except for Shy Guy passing to the wrong teammate. Oops. At the end of the day, it's just a good ice hockey based minigame. This one, Shell Soccer, definitely the best sports game in the game. You have to hit this Koopa shell into the Goombas, but once you shoot, it resets. You can of course get multiple Goombas at the same time. It's not easy, but it's awesome when you do. There's a lot of great depth and gameplay to this minigame. I'm a huge fan of this game purely because I grinded the hell out of it. Mario Party DS, my absolute beloved. I would play this all the time alone, which was, yeah, kind of sad, but it was still a fun game. And I also love Puyo Puyo Tetris, so my love for that puzzle game also just dives into this twice as much. It's a great game. Blockstar. I don't know much about this one. I haven't played it enough to get an exact like or dislike for it. It's not my favorite puzzle game out of a collection in Superstars or in general for Mario Party puzzle games, but it's not bad by any means. Oh, Stick and Spin. Oh my gosh. It's definitely a very precise puzzle game. And it can be fun, but only if you like these kind of puzzle games, because this one does take a long time. It's not something I will actively try to play, but it's definitely a good puzzle game. It's just a little too long for my taste. And for the item mini games, most of them suck. Alright, so we have ranked every single Mario Party minigame and Superstars. I hope I didn't strike up too much controversy from my horrendous picks. But let me know what y'all think about what I have to say in the comments. And before we get going, obviously, I need the opinions of the most intelligent people on the internet. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe for more tier-list content like this. I got plenty of other ideas, and I'd love to do them in the future.